To whom it may concern, we are at the time of the end. And no, I'm not talking about the end of the world as we know it. The covenant with many has already been made. It's not a peace treaty. It actually involved 193 UN members. And no, no one is being raptured. So the only other option is endure to the end. So which end time am I talking about? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Daniel chapter 11, verse 40. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots, with horsemen, and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. He shall also enter into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. This is the event that triggers Daniel 12, the 1,335 days of the worst tribulation that we will ever see. There's a particular person currently in office, and there's a particular operation going on called Operation Southern Spear. And there are particular ships and airplanes and Marines being amassed outside of a particular country. Those would be the horsemen, the chariots, and the ships. And just to put all of this into context as to who's who, well, the king in the north is found in verse 36. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done. Sure sounds like the abomination that makes desolate to me. This is Daniel chapter 8, verse 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. So as this king is calling for peace or making so-called peace deals, he will also be destroying internally and externally. His policies, his agreements, his tariffs, all the things that he has been placed in authority to oversee, he will upend them. By chance you think that this particular person is not the Antichrist, or for that matter, a Antichrist, because there are many Antichrists, the unclean spirits can profess that Jesus is Lord. This they can do absolutely word of mouth, because the unclean spirits were able to identify Christ as the Son of God, the Holy One of Israel, and confess it. So just because someone can claim out of their mouth that Jesus is Lord, blah, 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 that does not mean that they are a holy or a spiritual or a righteous person. But an Antichrist, an unclean spirit, they walk contrary to God's commands. Well, geez, how do you love God and not do the thing that he asks you to do if you love him? But let's get back to this king. This is Daniel chapter 11, verse 37. And neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. So he's not going to regard the God of creation. In fact, he's going to do the total opposite. Again, anti. This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 22. Who is a liar but he that denieth that Jesus is the Christ? He is Antichrist, that denieth the Father and the Son. Whosoever denieth the Son, the same hath not the Father, but he that acknowledgeth the Son hath the Father also. So in this case, the unclean spirits can confess that Christ is the Son of God. With that being said, the person that is a liar is the person that says but does not do. If you love me, keep my commands. Faith without works is dead. It says, nor the desire of women. So he is not going to have any desire for wisdom and understanding. According to Proverbs, wisdom and understanding are women. The application thereof. He's not going to follow righteousness. He's not going to keep law, statutes, and commandments. He's not going to regard any of that. Nor regard any God. Now, mind you, this is talking about God, lowercase g, flesh and blood. Moses was a god in Egypt, right? So basically anybody that is in a position of authority, influence, power, whether it's militarily or monetarily, he's not going to regard any of those people unless it's going to be for his benefit. Why? Because it says, for he shall magnify himself above all. Verse 38, But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, and a God which whom his father knew not shall he honor with gold, silver, and precious stones and pleasant things. Ooh. The king's estate doubles as a stronghold and a holy place. He rules as a false political priest, and where the Levites would be in God's holy place, he has in his the executive branch. Not only is it a fortified center of national power, he can command the armed forces from it, and also the laws are made there. So the God of forces, this is talking about military. Just as it says in 2 Chronicles 17:2 that forces were placed in all the fenced cities of Judah and set in garrisons, it's talking about military. And a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver and precious stones and pleasant things. What's significant about this particular verse is because it is also pinpointing the time period at which we are in, the exact season, because this is talking about pagan Christmas worship, Christmas tree decked with silver and gold and precious stones and pleasant things. That particular person and his wife just honored the God of forces and a God that they knew, that their fathers knew not, with gold, silver, precious stones, and pleasant things. They literally just did this.
Melania Trump unveiled the White House holiday decorations on December 1st, showcasing this year's theme, Home is Where the Heart Is, her first design since returning to the role of First Lady. The decor also includes tributes to the upcoming 255th anniversary of the 1776 signing of the Declaration of Independence and the founding of the United States. Because the East Wing was torn down this year, the official White House Christmas tree, which normally showcased there, now stands in the Blue Room and pays tribute to Gold Star families who lost loved ones in active duty service. The White House said the First Lady personally chose every detail of the holiday decor, a process that begins months ahead. The East Room features patriotic red, white, and blue decor with national symbols, including Golden Eagle tree toppers, in recognition of the upcoming America 250 celebration. The trees are also trimmed with stars, roses, and oak leaves. A long-standing tradition dating back to the Nixon administration, the gingerbread White House highlights the south portico and includes a peek at the Trump's decor in the yellow Oval Room. This room serves as a sitting space within the president's private second-floor residence. Public tours, paused due to ballroom construction, will resume on December 2nd with a revised route limited to the state floor. This level includes the East Room, the green, blue, and red rooms, the state dining room, the cross hall, and the grand foyer. Tens of thousands of guests are expected for holiday events throughout the month. Hailing the U.S. forces, First Lady Melania Trump and Second Lady Usha Vance began the holiday celebrations by spending Thanksgiving with service members at a military camp in Carolina. Let's watch their powerful address to the forces.
It has been a memorable day and an honor to meet the men and women of the United States Marine Corps. Last week, the Marine Corps celebrated 250 years of service, 2.5 centuries of courage, tradition, and excellence. To you and your families who give so much for our country, thank you. Technology is changing the art of war. Predictably, AI will alter war more profoundly than any technology since nuclear weapons. The most significant change will be speed. Speed in weaponry, decision-making, detection, attack, and defense. Artificial intelligence will take center stage in the theater of war. It already plays a meaningful role on the battlefield. Of course, it is the Marine who will always play the most critical role in realizing mission success. Technology is at the core of New River and will guide its evolution. Artificial intelligence is propelling America's military into a new era. We are moving from human operators to human overseers fast. The shift from soldiers to machines is already underway. Autonomous helicopters, swarming drones, and recon aircraft are here now. Fighter-less jets and autonomous bombers are on the way. To win the AI war, we must train our next generation, for it's America's students who will lead the Marine Corps in the future.